My name is Adrian Wildschutt. I compete in the 3K, 5K, and 10K, and I'm part of the HOKA NAS Elite group. I've been with the team for 3 years.
So we grew up in Ceres, which is around 120 kilometers outside of Cape Town. We did everything together. We had very difficult childhood lives, but we also had very good times as well together, and I think that's very beautiful. Yeah, we would just go on private properties, on the farms, and do stuff that we're not supposed to do. And I guess that's probably where the running also started, where we would be so naughty. People would chase us, but somehow we would be able to escape, especially me. But yeah, we did a lot of things together. But yeah, I started really to run competitively in 12th grade actually, and then Adrian just decided to join us one day. And I guess that's probably because of the competitive element that's in it. We just strive to be very good in what you do. Sometimes I also question, not I question him, but I'm thinking, why is this guy so competitive? Extremely competitive.
What he loves to do is compete.
It's that competitive drive that he brings to practice every single day, and I think that's something that's truly special. Again, for him, every day is important, and every day has to be executed really well. And so then when we get to the World Championships, it's just like another Tuesday at Buffalo Park.
Adrian Wildschutt.
First Olympian from his
A new national
hometown
record,
Olympian.
ran 59:13, which is a new national record.
Multiple-time national record.
And he's
holder.
actually at the moment busy writing a
It
book.
can almost seem like he's straight out of a video game.
I honestly, I like the competition, I think, and just pushing myself every day. It's nice to compete and be uncomfortable, because I think sometimes people what scares them is not having the comfort. And for me, what running allows me to do sometimes to stay in an uncomfortable position for a very long time.
Back in the first year that I was working with him, he had the opportunity to run the Oslo Diamond League, and the goal was to run another national record outdoors. And in the lead up to the race, the rest of the team was going out to California to try to run a fast 5,000 and hit the Olympic standard themselves. About 10 days out, it was looking like those guys weren't going to have any help out in California, and Adrian stepped up and, in spite of his preparation, went out there and paced the guys for 3K and got a good workout out of it, but it was certainly a selfless move to try to help his teammates get to Paris as well. And then he went in and broke the national record in Oslo about 9 or 10 days later.
I mean, the guy is just full of love. I don't know if you've ever heard Adrian laugh, but it's like the best laugh you've ever heard. He just has so much like love and joy for what he does. And I just think that combination is like the X factor. Love what you do and pursue what you do at a high level with no deterrence. That's how you get to be a very good runner and an Olympian and someone who just seems unstoppable.
I certainly can't speak for him, but something that he's talked about a lot is growing up in a place where a lot of people around him saw their own ceilings as being pretty low in terms of what they could accomplish in life. And I think he's really motivated to prove to not only himself, but I think a lot of the friends and the people around him that he grew up with, that it doesn't matter where you're from, and that if you're committed to something, you can achieve crazy amounts of success.
I don't actively walk out the door every day and think, oh, I want to change the world in this way. But I think if you work hard, it doesn't matter. And I'm not saying just athletically, especially academic as well. You can always get better. You can always improve. You can always be better than what you were the day before. But if you're gonna be lazy, that's not gonna work. You're gonna have to put the work in. sometimes when you grow up in such a small town, you don't get to see such a broader worldview. You are just so, I don't want to say stuck in your ways, but in a sense you are, because that's all you know and all you can see. And running allowed me to travel outside my area and my comfort zone, and I was able to see a brighter future for myself and work towards those things. Because when you get to that stage, you know, it's a very proud moment, because you know there's such a huge community that know now that a lot of things are possible if you work hard. Doesn't really matter where you're from. And I'm sure I wasn't the first one, and I won't be the last one. But yeah, it's definitely a great honor and something that I never thought possible. But the way I look at it, it's just making to the next point and being better than what you were the week before, the month before, the year before. Because I've went home so many times and I see people being in the exact same place they've been in 10 years prior, and I wonder, you know, at least my part is just showing them that, you know, you could literally do anything you want, especially right now. My journey itself is, it's helping other people to understand that they can also do whatever they want, and hence why I'm writing the book. So it's a more personal description of the things that I've done and I've been through in order to accomplish the things that I'm setting out. It's an autobiography, and my goal is to try and share my journey and my story with people that I feel like can certainly gain from and find a lot of inspiration from. So I'm very excited for everyone to read it, and hopefully it can get out there to a lot of souls. I created the title Change of Pace, and that it doesn't just talk about running, you know, it's just life in general. Like if you have any type of issue, any type of challenge that you run into, sometimes it is gonna require from you to slow down. People always assume that change of pace means going faster, but it also means slow down, especially if you're on the wrong track. And once you slow down and you stop, you can redirect and then pick the pace up again.
The fundamental objective is to tell this narrative and that story, to share it with the sole purpose of influencing the next person to an extent where you can positively change, especially the mindset of the next person. It is written not just like for one sample or for one group of people. It's really anyone can take a lot from it. Yeah, I guess that's probably just part of his personality, part of his character. Something that's more accessible, something that's easier, and really objective is to share that story more than anything else.
What's it like going into a race?
Deadly. Adrian has an innate belief that he can medal at a global championship. And when you have an innate belief like that, you have to find people that you can surround yourself with to help you get there. And so I think that's a big part of it. He found people willing to back that belief. And that only motivates you even more, I think. And we know he's capable of it, and we'll continue to pursue that journey. Also, like, he has a lot of pride in where he came from. Maybe when we read his book one day, we'll hear about that more, but he really wants to show people that it is possible. You know, he came from a place where I don't think people necessarily pinned him to be an Olympian or a multiple-time national record holder. And I think he feels very passionately about it, about if he can do it, then so can other people. And that's a huge part of his motivation. Like, if he can dream, you can dream. And that's always been a motivating factor for him. I really do believe he wants to inspire people.
For someone as competitive as he is, I have to be able to put the brakes on at times, because he's so good that whatever his greatest is, the world deserves to see it.